Hi there, this is Oliver, K6OLI, and this is an update to the Amateur Radio Community Intensity Map Project. Today is October 1st, 2024, and thanks to the many reports we have received for the test, or during the test phase, we have a couple of changes to the map, as well as to the exercise ID. We're currently still running a test. So if you want to send a test, did you feel it? Please do so until October 12th. On October 12th, we will reset the map in preparation for ShakeOut. Let's talk about ShakeOut. ShakeOut happens on October 17, 10:17 at 10:17, but it's perfectly okay for you to send a message after 10:17. We all have lives outside of amateur radio, so whenever you get to it, send your "Did you feel it?" and add it to the map. How do you do that? Well, the things to remember are select exercise in your "Did you feel it?" report. The exercise ID should be ShakeOut. That's different from our previous video. And that is a result of us sharing the results from the Amateur Radio Community Intensity Map with our friends at USGS. We had a conversation, and ShakeOut seems to be a better option for many people. The date would be October 17th, time 10:17. And then please send a courtesy copy to ShakeOut. Easy to remember. ID ShakeOut to CC ShakeOut. If you run a test and you don't want to send it to the USGS until October 12th, then just replace the USGS email address with ShakeOut, just the technical address ShakeOut, and that will add you to the map as it is right now. And let's go into the map and walk you through some of the changes. You can see here, as of today, we've received 167 reports, and I'll walk you through some of the features. Of course, you can move the map. If you scroll up and down, you can see Control Scroll to zoom the map. So if I wanted to, say, look at Hawaii, I could hit the Control key on my keyboard and then scroll with my mouse. I can left click and hold and move it to the center. And I can go really into detail here. This is a Google-based map. A couple of things I can do with any of these spots. I can click on them. And as you can see, that updates my side panels here as well. It tells me this is the station WH6EKU. And they sent their report on October 1st. And of course, we've got them at intensity 3. If you want to bring all the others back, you can see it's one report shown. If you want to bring all of them back, you click on the station again. So click to select, click again to show everything. And that's very practical for everything we're doing. If you want to reset the map, right mouse click and then click on reset, and that brings you back to the original view of the map. And we'll show you that a couple more times. A couple of other cool features here. We've got an exercise ID, and you can see people send in a variety of exercise IDs, and I think that's why it's good to have ShakeOut. If I wanted to only see the ShakeOut, I can click on only, and it'll show me the ones that only sent their reports with ShakeOut. I can then click up here to select everything again and see all the reports. If I wanted to see the previous exercise, and that was the previous instructions, those have been updated, right? But the people who sent it with the previous instructions, I can show only those. I could show two different types, right? It's pretty easy to use. Again, we select everything up here, and multiple selections are possible. Click on any empty space to bring the menu back up. Intensity. Sometimes you want to look at intensities, and you can do that one of two ways. You can use the intensity filter here. And let's say we only wanted to look at anything larger than 6. We would actually uncheck the intensity up here. And then we could do 6, 7, and 8, and 9. And that would update the map and only show us the ones with 6, 7, 8, and 9. I can also select intensities here in the distribution the same way. Now, if I wanted to only see, let's say, the 8s, the 12/8 reports, I can click that, and it'll only show me the 8. These filters are still active, but you can see, now I see the reports, the 12 reports that have intensity 8. If I want to bring back to my filter up there, I just single click once. Again, click to select, click again to deselect. And if I want to turn off the filter up here, and it says I selected 4 filters, I can click on that, and now everything's visible again. The other thing that's really fun is to actually look for specific call signs. Let's say we've got a station here, we mouse over, and we want to see anybody with N4, right? We can go to the from. We have a search function here to N4, and we can see N4 RJB. If we want to see just that station, we can click on only, and it'll show us only that station and the information associated with them. If you wanted to look them up on QRZ, maybe there's somebody in your neighborhood you don't know, you want to make a friend, click on QRZ. Remember, you need to be logged in here. I'm not logged in on this computer, but you can find out some details. And if you log in, you can actually get their email address and maybe reach out, right? You can, again, select all the stations here. You can do searches for specific information. It doesn't have to be at the beginning. So let's say if I want to see every station that has a 6 in the call sign, then it would show me everything with a 6, and you can see the 6 here is not at the beginning of the call sign, right? If I wanted to see, let's say, German stations, I could look for D, anything with the D up there, and we could deselect everything here, and then only select the German stations, right, to be shown on the map. Well, that's because we've got the exclusions still different. All right. Then we'll bring them back in. But again, you can do the same thing. We can go down here, unselect, and do the Ds. And then it'll only show us the ones that start with a D. Right? And then we can move the map over, hit Control, scroll in, and see all the reports that were sent from that area. Again, let's reset this map, select everybody, click on Reset, go back here. We can check the responses by time. That's always fun because you get a sense of when people sent in their reports. And then, of course, the report distribution by Mercalli intensity works the same as our intensity up here. You can click on any intensity, and it'll only show the reports of that intensity. If you want to select multiples, hold the Control key. If you say only want to see the 3s and the 7s, it'll show you the 3s and the 7s and when these reports were received. It's super practical to actually have that, right? So keep that in mind. There are lots of ways for you to play around with that. Again, let's go back. We click to select and click again to bring everything back to what it is. And that's the update for the main page. This page will be updated on ShakeOut Day. Currently, it's updated at 1 hour intervals. On ShakeOut Day, it will be updated about every half hour. So keep that in mind. And if you have better things to do with your time today, please go ahead and stop the video now. Those of you who want to stay on for some of the bonus content of this dashboard/map of the amateur radio community intensity map, stick with us. We'll give everybody a moment to click off. All right, for those of you who want to see some of the bonus features here, and we've done this for some large groups and groups that have worked with us very closely in the test phase of the amateur radio community intensity map, there are a couple of cool things you can do additionally. As you can see down here, we have a variety of additional boards. One of them is for California stations, because this is a project driven by California groups, especially here in Southern and Central California. And we've added some additional information for them. So that makes it easy to actually take a screenshot and show their partners, their Aries groups, what's going on this map. As you can see, it only shows the California stations now, so that's a filtered map. And it also shows the counties. So let's say if I wanted to see the San Diego County reports and they had an exercise with this map, I can click on that, and that shows me the San Diego stations that submitted their reports. And if you scroll in a little bit like that, you could take a screenshot of that, make it part of a presentation. And for those of you wondering, on the top right, that's the flag or flags for the respective panels to make it easy to see what you're looking at. Again, click to select, click again to deselect, and that shows everything. We can right mouse click, reset, and we can see all the information. Just like the previous board, you've got the exercise ID, you have intensity, you have the from, you can do a QRZ lookup, and you've got a date. And of course, you can select intensities if you wanted to say, let's see everything 7, 8, probably not the ones, but 7 and 8. You can actually see that right there. You can see those were located in LA County, Kern County, Mariposa, and Amador County had these very large intensities. You can see those stations that reported that on their maps. And of course, if you wanted to say only look at the LA County ones, you can increase the filter, add another filter, and then see only LA County. If you, let's say, wanted to see the ones in Mariposa, you could select Mariposa County, and that would update the information for that location. And that is for California. Some of the options here are still in beta, so we're not going to go over that, but I just wanted to show you Hawaii. Real quick, same principle, same exact layout. And then we have one panel just for the United States. And same thing, and instead of the county here, though, we're using the state. So let's say if I wanted to look at Oregon State, at Washington stations or Oregon stations, I can click on that. Let's choose Washington. And then it only shows me the Washington stations here. It updates the number to 4. And then we can check the intensities. It's still updating the times here. Again, we could select specific report intensities, and the filters will add that to this. Again, we click on Washington, and that brings back the entire map. The other thing that I wanted to show you is DACH stands for Germany, Austria, Switzerland Plus. So what we have here are European stations, including Norway, a couple of France, and then here we've got our analytics page. That's the final bonus I'm going to show you. And that's there to kind of give you an incentive also to get as many people in your group to participate, because it shows reports by country here. Keep that in mind. US has the most amateur radio operators, so I think it's going to have an easy time staying there, but it's going to be fun to see how this turns out. You can cross-filter all of this, of course, as well. Let's say if I wanted to see the Hawaiian stations, I can click on Hawaii. In this point, Hawaii is highlighted. Difficult to see in the ocean here, but we can actually go and scroll in here and look at Hawaii. Tells us it's in the US. If I want to move this map over to zoom out, zoom in, Hawaii, it actually shows me the counties in Hawaii as well, right? And then I can click on Hawaii again, and everything comes back. I can reset the maps I changed. And let's say we'll look at New Zealand as an example. What I found fascinating about that is both the state information there also worked quite well. Sometimes you have to see there's a lot of data coming in. It takes a while to update the information. when you make a selection. So either be patient, or the other thing you can do, if anything goes wrong with your dashboard, you can always reload the page. That's by going up in the address, hitting enter, and then we can go down here, analytics. Okay, let's try New Zealand again. And you see this is by Northland, but we have no information on county. And then of course we can bring New Zealand over and scroll in, and we can see the station was here in Northern New Zealand. How cool is that? We want to reset the map, deselect this, and we're back in the map. The map panels that you see here, this one is updated very regularly, every half hour. These are updated every 6 hours currently, and they will be updated on Shakeout Day every hour. The reason for that is they're running additional scripts, and I do have to pay for the information that they're drawing in, the states and the countries. So we want to keep that to a manageable amount. And that's the update. Thank you so much for your patience. Again, what I want you to remember is on Shakeout 1017 at 1017, send in your report, select exercise ID Shakeout. Remember 101717 and do a courtesy copy Shakeout. We will have additional information. I'll put it right here between those two for test until October 12th. If you and your group want to get on the map, that information has helped us a lot improve the maps and the filtering. So we appreciate your reports. Thank you so much. Have fun for Shakeout. K6 OLI.